welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a 60-second read. So just like our arithmetic challenges, I'm going to post one of these every single day for us to have a look at. Now the texts that we're going to read are taken from Twinkl as well as the questions. So I didn't make these, we're just going to use them because they're absolutely fantastic. So once you've read them, we'll have a go answering some questions and then we'll go through the answers together. So the text we're going to look at today is called Magic Potion. Now, it should only take you 60 seconds to read this, so there's a little timer down in the bottom corner. Once that has finished, the alarm will go off, and then we will talk through some of the key vocabulary in there that you may have found tricky before we have a go at answering any of the questions. Okay, so that is the 60 seconds up. We're now going to go through some of the tricky words that you may have found in order to help you answer the questions. So here I have identified some words that I thought might have caused an issue for some of you. So the first word in the first line is potion. Most of you, I'm sure, probably know what a potion is, but if not, there is a little image on the side to help you. It usually just means something that has been created using lots of different materials, usually a liquid. You get them quite a lot in storybooks where they try and turn people into other things. Okay, so the second word that I have picked out is, actually I've merged two together, containers and test tubes. So containers are things that hold things. It's got the word contain inside it. So for example, your lunchbox is a container because it contains your lunch. Test tubes are an example of a container. So as you can see up on your screen now, I've put a picture of test tubes. They're usually used in science when you are mixing different chemicals together. So the next thing that I've picked out is the word pipette. So a pipette, like the picture that you've got on the screen now, is a long plastic tube which is used to help you move the liquid inside the test tubes or inside a container to somewhere else without having to tip it or use your hands or risk spilling it. So you squeeze the top of a pipette and put it in the liquid, and then when you let go it sucks up the liquid, and then when you squeeze it again into another container it gets rid of the liquid that's inside it. So the next word that I've chosen here is bicarbonate of soda. This is a powder which can be used in science to create different chemical reactions. You might have seen it in your mum's or dad's cooking cupboard because you can use bicarbonate of soda to help you make your cakes rise. The next word that I've picked out here in the method section is the word approximately. So if you do something approximately, it means that you are usually measuring something, but you don't need it to be 100% accurate. Okay, so you can have a little bit either side. So approximately filling to the halfway point of the container means that you have to just have a look at the container and guess almost whereabouts you think that half of that container would be. So the next word that I've picked out is neutralization reaction. So that word reaction there means when two things combine together and it has an effect. So if you have a look at the video that's on the side now, when the second chemical is poured into the first chemical, it changes colour. So that is the two chemicals reacting together to make a change. So it might be a change in colour, it might be a change in state, so it might turn from a liquid to a gas or a solid. So that's what a reaction is. The very last word that I've picked out is releasing carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a chemical element which we call CO2, and it comes from when two things are burnt together. So for example, when we burn things in our houses or in bonfires and we release smoke into the atmosphere, that is what CO2 is. It's actually quite harmful for humans if we breathe it in large amounts. So now we've had a look at some of those words that might have been a little bit tricky for you. Here is some quick questions for you to have a go at. So there are 5 altogether that have different types of skills required. Have a go. I'll pop the text back up beside so that you can see that too. And when you've had a go at answering all of those questions, unpause your screen and we'll go through the answers together. Okay, so here are the acceptable answers. So question number 1, which ingredient must be added to the potion first? Vinegar. It tells you that at the very, very beginning of the method section. Find and copy a modal verb. So a modal verb is a word that tells you how likely something is to happen. So things like could, would, must. And in this case, it is should is the one that is probably the first one you would have picked up on, or will. Both of those tell us how likely something is to happen. Number 3, why are food colouring and glitter optional? So that word optional means that you can do it, but you don't have to do it. So you can have any explanation that the glitter and colouring are not needed for the reaction to occur. So it doesn't have any effect on the chemical reaction whatsoever. It's just something that you might want to add in to make it look nicer. Number 4, how does the layout help the reader? So this is a style question. This is all about how the layout of the text has been used to help the reader. So this is anything to do with the fact that it's written in a set of instructions makes it clear. You can follow it in step by step so you can see what is needed. Anything that gives me a bit of detail about why writing it as a set of instructions is helpful. And last but not least, number 5, in the final step, why does the author use inverted commas around the word magic? So you can have anything to do with the fact that the word magic is inverted commas because it's not really magic. The potion that you are making is not really magic, it's just a bit of a fun play on words. This ain't